Hi, this is another edition of Stuart Dahl's show, starring myself, Stuart Dahl. It is currently about 24 degrees and it feels like 25 degrees here in Winnipeg. I'm coming to you live from my house right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And looks like it's going to be, pretty, hot the rest of the week and, into the weekend, which is a good thing. And that, what else? Now, let's just get right into my show. This is an article from the CBC News Manitoba website. It's titled, U.S. Man Pleads Not Guilty in Drug Smuggling Case Involving Winnipeg Internet Pharmacy. An Illinois man has pleaded not guilty in an international internet pharmacy case involving Winnipeg-based company CanadaDrugs.com. Ram Kamarath was a former director of the Pharmacy Policy and Verifications for an unnamed U.S. company responsible for inspecting storage facilities kept by internet pharmacies. He is accused of conspiring with Canada Drugs by strong batches of company's drugs in the garage of his Illinois home in 2011. According to the indictment filed in Montana, the internet pharmacy industry funneled benefits to Kamath through the inspections he conducted. In exchange, Kamath would help provide them with the naver of legitimacy that comes with having been inspected by an independent party. The charges stem from a U.S. Food and Drug Administration investigation into the sales of $78 million worth of unapproved prescription drugs in the U.S. It is illegal to sell medication to Americans that have been sourced overseas and not at facilities approved by the FDA. Some drugs sold by Canada Drugs and its affiliate companies are mislabeled in a foreign language or missing required RX only symbol. The indictment says 2 of them were counterfeit according to the indictment or whatever. Canada Drugs purchased inventory of questionable sources of unlimited sold counterfeit versions of drugs. I can't pronounce the name of them, to physicians in the United States, it said. Canada Drugs owner Chris Thorkelson, as well as several related companies of people, were charged with 9 counts of criminal smuggling, conspiracy, and money laundering tied to incidents that took place between 2010 and 2009 and 2012. They are also accused of falsely custom documents to hide them from most of the product and not keeping the medication at the cold temperatures required to keep them safe. So, like, this goes to show you that, you can't, pull stuff like this. Like, you just cannot, do it. It's like, I don't know what some people, think by doing this. Like, like, you cannot pull this kind of stuff. Like, you just cannot do it. What was I gonna say? Anyways, well, and it looks like the Malmethine trucks are to fog Winnipeg Parks. I guess you could say. I guess you could say tonight. I guess you could say. But yeah. So yeah. What was I going to say? The City of Winnipeg crews will be out spraying city parks with Malmethine Wednesday night. According to city officials, mosquito trap counts are high. St. Vital Park, Kings Park, Kildalna Park will be fogged between 9:30 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. Assiniboine Park was originally scheduled to be fogged, but due to a monarch butterfly release at the Park Zoo Wednesday afternoon. The city opted not to fog. City officials said magnifying does not harm monarch butterflies using ultra low volume application, but it is extremely as an extreme precaution, officials decided not to fog the park. Fogging residential areas will resume Thursday night. The city also plans to continue larviciding due to the heavy rain that hit Winnipeg over the weekend. So again, yeah, sometimes there's a like it seems like this year that like there's been a big it's been a big problem for like wasps and mosquitoes and that, like wasps especially, like the wasps can be like the biggest nuisance on planet Earth, and wasps can be really extremely annoying to you. Like if say you're just sitting there, you stay at a restaurant and you're sitting on the patio, you're say having a pop or some sweet beverage or whatever that it attracts to wasps, and it's really annoying when you literally have to say like dump your sweet beverage or whatever, because you're just trying to sit there and enjoy it, and people are just trying to sit there and enjoy their meal, and they can't because they constantly have to go flail their arms and stuff when there's wasps around, and it can be a real big nuisance. And what else? Here's another news-related subject from CBC News Manitoba. This is an update. It's titled "Homeowner Charged with Conspiracy and Arson in the 5th Avenue Fire and Explosion." A homeowner and his partner are accused of conspiring to destroy his home in Winnipeg's Old St. Vital neighborhood by hiring someone else to set it on fire, according to police. Todd Vandal, 40-year-old Todd Vandal, has been charged with conspiracy to commit an indictable offense and arson with the disregard for human life in connection with Tuesday's house fire and explosion on 5th Avenue. A 32-year-old woman faces the same charges. Winnipeg police did not release her name, but said she is not in a domestic relationship with Vandal. Investigators say they believe that Vandal and the woman hired a 26-year-old man to enter the home while they were not there and start the fire inside. He was seriously injured in the blaze. The St. Vital house explosion sent one person to hospital in critical condition. Heather Unruh, who lives near the home on 5th Avenue, says she's devastated to learn that Vandal's alleged involvement in the fire. The blaze could have put her family and other neighbors at risk, she said. I mean, I've got a child here. It is actually, and if actually was successful, it could have been big, and that's scary for those neighbors too, she said. Other neighbors say they feel scared that this happened there in a peaceful neighborhood. Emergency crews were called to the intersection of Moise Street and 5th Avenue shortly before 5 a.m. Tuesday. No one was found inside the home, and most of the damage was confined to the basement, according to police. Police spokesman Constable Jason I can't pronounce his name, said as firefighters were extinguishing the blaze, emergency personnel learned that a man was seen breaking into the home. While the individual was within the home and setting the fire, there was an explosion and significant fire. His injuries are extensive, the constable told reporters on Wednesday. The police said an injured 26-year-old man has been seen leaving the scene on a bike, and he later met up with someone in the 100th block of Smith Street in the city's downtown. which made him contact with the individual clearly was in dire need of medical assistance. The man was taken to hospital and remains in critical but stable condition as of Wednesday morning. Police did not release his name, but he said he had worked for Vandal in the past. His injuries are considered very serious. He is critical, but I understand stable condition, McElshane said. No charges have been laid with respect to this individual at the time. His priority right now is his medical care. McShane said he would not discuss possible moves for the file. Vandal remains in custody while the woman was released on a promise to appear in court. So, you know, it really, like, this, you know, really, like, it just really sickens me, you know, and that you know, people can actually do this, and that, what else, like, what was I saying? And right now, this migrant crisis has really been, you know, getting really out of control in Europe. Like I said, like, at one point, I can't remember when it was, like earlier in the week, like Macedonian police have really had no choice but to actually use stun grenades. Yeah, and I said that correctly, stun grenades. And like, they could just be as lethal as, like, you know, fragmentation grenades and whatnot. So, like, you know, because like, these police had to use stun grenades after thousands of migrants broke through the police lines. Like, you know, like, really, like, really, and that, so yeah. What else? There's not really much else I need to talk about, other than, you know, it's gonna be nice and hot for the week, the rest of the week, and that. But this has been another edition of Stuart Dahl's show. I am now signing off for now. For you young people, stay in school, stay out of trouble, and you'll do fine. And I'll be saying peace, bye bye, and